You are... my hand is not long enough. You're loved. You are loved. You are loved. aloveproductions.com. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're having a blessed time wherever you are. Finding reasons to smile, laugh, enjoy life. Appreciate everything and everyone around you. I shortened it a little bit. So, I'm gonna go out, take care of a few things. There's a sale going on at Michael's. I have to be very careful not to spend too much money because, you know, I got all this paint already. And I haven't used most of it. I tend to use the same colors if you see my artwork. But I want to make a special painting for Drage. I got a bit of an idea of what I want to do, but I want a slightly bigger canvas than what I have. And I think the whole theme of this video is what's been my obsession for the last month or so. A little bit on my health journey. So, that being said, I'm going to weigh myself today. Right now. Alright, so we get that. We're going to zoom in. And I'm going to have to do this twice because sometimes the second one gives it more updated. And I just ate too soon. It's probably not the smartest time to be weighing myself. Let's give it a second. See if it goes down a little bit. I like to weigh myself on an empty stomach. But I did just have an egg sandwich. Alright, still 259. The other day I weighed myself and I was 257.7. And it might seem hard to do, but since we only got about 2.5 weeks left in August, but one of my goals is to get down to 250 by September 1st, which is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I will be 46. But yeah. So before I say anything else, because I have limited space as usual on my phone to make this video, I'm going to get going. Hopefully I can get there because I'm having issues with my car, which is really kind of depressing me because I want to save some money and now I might have to spend more money. It does get to me. Anyway, off to Michael's. It's a good thing I have a good brother. It's a good thing that he was around. So on my way to Michael's, and the issue that I'm having with my car started up again, so I had to turn back and go home. And it's got me frustrated. Not only because I can't get it fixed today, but I was just in the process of starting to try to save money to pay down my credit card debt and prepare for when my husband comes hopefully next year, and just, you know, to get my finances back in order. And of course, as life will do to you, I want to save money, and life says, nope, we're gonna break your car first. Go. Alright, go. Try to be nice here. Traffic's not going anywhere. But, I need to come up with another source of income. I have my website, and I wish I knew how to organize that better, because that's actually connected to one of my credit cards. It's not smart business, I know. Where's the light coming from? I'll talk to you in a minute. Into Michael's we go. So as far as markers, Sharpie oil markers are definitely my favorite. The only issue is very hard to find different colors, and they're very expensive. So I'm gonna see what I can find to ease my marker. Like, I need some more black and white, and we shall see. And look, the prices are insane. Just for markers, look. $20 for 5 little markers. Art is not a cheap hobby. And I'm trying not to make it a hobby. I want to make a living. I want this to be one source of income. Anyway, let me see what I can get without breaking the bank. Now, for the paints. And because it's one of the cheaper brands, and it's still not all that cheap, because when you look at the price for one of these, it's $5.49. But I'm gonna try to pick some colors that I think I need, or like I know I need, like upgrades. I can't spend much again, but I'm gonna get what I can get. Let's see how much it costs. Doesn't look like much, but it's pricey. I'm not even gonna be able to get any canvas, because I already know this is gonna be over 50. So the total was just over $61. So it went about $11 over what I was planning to spend. I did put a couple of things back, a couple of paints, and I put the 2 big Sharpie markers back, because I don't need them right at this moment. I'm trying to be smart. I wanted to get more canvas, even just the 8x10s to do small pieces. But those were, even though you get like anywhere, you get a handful, of canvas. I think the 8x10s, I think you actually get about 8. And yeah, so I'm just gonna have to use what I have. When I have a little more money, I'll get more, but it's all good. And I don't normally do this. I don't like asking people for money, but if you want to support me on a financial level, if you look at the link in the description, it has everything aloveproductions. It also has my Cashapp, my Venmo, my PayPal. If you want to donate, feel free. But, you know, I'd rather get monetized and then ask for money, because I'm not that hard off that I feel like I need to be asking for money. just supporting my channel, watching my videos all the way through, sharing them out, coming to my lives. That means even more to me than, people donating. And I'd rather give you an art piece. So if I can get my website rearranged, I could post some of my art on there and put a suggested price. But yeah. And speaking of Drage, because this was supposed to be kind of a mixed type video. So the other night I was in his live, and I had left a comment in the chat saying, how much I appreciate how he interacts with his fans, with his following. And especially with creators, smaller creators like myself that have been at it for a while and are just struggling to get it to happen. And he responded on the live. And instead of me explaining anymore, I'll let you hear what he had to say.
I love production. I appreciate it. I love production. Like, I find myself watching your videos. Like, I don't watch any YouTubers right now. I try to just, Roman told me while he was doing his channel, he never really watched YouTube, so that every single video idea he came out with or did, he wasn't really copying anyone. Even if he did copy them, it was his idea on his own. So I don't really watch that many YouTubers, but I feel like I watch your love production all the time. I watched the last video when you were talking about your goals. I was so happy that you were able to manifest those goals out in the universe. So I hope you get reconnected with your husband and you're able to figure out the visas or whatever you guys need. And hey, keep the goal up of getting that Jeep. That would be really cool. And I like that you want it to be fluorescent green. Lime green Jeep, that sounds sick. That would be a cool next car for me too.
It got me choked up. And I said it, I'll say what I said to him. I said, just the acknowledgement from a content creator that is at a more successful ranking and place, showing acknowledgement and shouting out at smaller creators, at least for me personally, it means the world. It's just like a family member, showing love and sharing out your content. And the fact that he said he watches my content, I'm speechless. I'm just speechless. And seeing his obsession, even Mr. Beast, seeing their obsession is very motivating and very inspiring. And hearing those words from Drage, that he doesn't watch too many other people, but he finds himself watching my videos. Drage, I'm sure you come across this. It means more than you know. It means even more than a shout out, because a shout out might get a few people over to my channel, but the acknowledgement for me, that's more personal. I feel that's a more personal thing. Anyway, I'm running out of time on here, and I got other things to do, so here we go. So it's currently the next day, and I haven't eaten yet. So let's see if this is any different before eating. See? It went down. Isn't he cute? Look at this belly. Alright. So I'm lying back down. So I'm tired. I didn't go to bed until after 4 a.m. I was painting, and it's not done yet. I wasn't gonna show the picture on here, but I probably already posted it by the time you see this video. So here, check it out. Now, I don't know if I'm keeping it that way, because as much as it looks cool to be drawing Drage's pond, I almost want to do something completely different. I kind of want to do waterfalls and some of my usual stuff. But if you see this Monday, when I post this, because this is going to be a Monday video, even though I recorded it over the weekend, let me know in the comments, should I leave it as the pond, or should I go in a completely different direction? And enough about Drage. Sounds like I'm that obsessed with him, but he's not the only one I've been obsessed with. And this video is going to be a lot longer than I was anticipating. Because there's two other people that I've been kind of, things that I've been kind of obsessed and passionately watching. One is New Kids on the Block. Just saying their name, I got a little emotional. And Joe Coy, the comedian. Joe Coy. I could throw Justin Bieber in this, as far as people that have inspired and got me emotional to continue to do the things that I love. But let's start with New Kids on the Block. And if you haven't seen this video yet, scroll back a little bit, or I'll try to remember to put the link in the description. I'm not always good at doing that, but yeah. Look for it in the description, or to scroll back a few. It was last month, so the video wasn't that long ago. I said this in a live stream. Maybe I'll just use that clip. I don't know. I grew up with New Kids on the Block. They're not that much older than me. Joe McIntyre is about 4 years younger than me. So they're all in their early 50s. I think Joe turns 50 this year. I think so. At the end of this year, because he's a New Year's Eve baby. They were the ones that inspired me to go to a high school in Boston. At the time, was the only that had the largest music department in the city for a public school. They inspired my creativity. One of the biggest inspirations. And it wasn't until last year that I saw them for the first time live. Again, I saw them this year live with my mommy. And I got emotional both times. Because I kind of reflected, especially when they get emotional towards the audience. I get emotional, again, because I've watched them forever. And to see their success, see 5 guys from Boston that when they started, they were just teenagers. And see how far they've come. I'm getting emotional now. And seeing them in the Boston Garden or at Fenway last year, imagine what it feels for them. They're in their hometown, a place that they, as kids, maybe they didn't get to see a basketball game, but they probably saw went to the circus. They probably saw Disney on Ice or something like that growing up. And then to turn around and be that center of attention on the stage or in the middle of the arena. And having your city, they travel everywhere, but it's more special when it's your city. And like deafening applause. Like I needed to put tissue in my ear to protect my ears just from the cheering for them. And like I really can't put that into words. And I'm high empathetic, so to be able to feel what they're potentially feeling. And then the other thing, and this kind of ties into why I'm showing a little bit of my health stuff, my weight, is again, these guys are in their mid-50s. And seeing the energy that they have on stage, seeing them running around, dancing. I'm gonna be 46, and I can barely get out of bed. I mean, look. You know, just to get up to wash dishes, my energy is blah. But watching them, like I said, has definitely motivated me. I saw a flicker of light in the darkness. I saw a reflection of me where your heart is. Alright, so the other one was, I got up. I gotta get up. It's, I think, close to noon time. Anyway, the other one, I don't know how well you're gonna see this, is, I can't really see it, Joe Coy. Doesn't look like Joe Coy. This looks like a bald, faded thing. Oh no, the centerpiece is Joe Coy looking out at his audience. I did this months ago, and I really need to add more depth to the bigger face. And what this was supposed to be, right, is I had this image of him kind of looking at how far he's come. That he's on arena stages. You know? So it's like, you know, like those dream sequences in movies where they have it like, they show, like, especially if it's an artist or someone trying to make it in the entertainment world or whatever, they imagine themselves being on center stage. Well, instead, it's him looking at him actually being on the stage. Like, it's happened, and he's just, like, taking it in. And the reason why he's inspired me and why I become obsessed with him, one, he's funny as hell. Alright? Second, I've watched multiple interviews with him, and not just like the regular TV show interviews, but like where he's having genuine conversations with like Howie Mandel on his podcast, and just other interviews. And watching his stories on Instagram, seeing not only his passion to make people laugh, to share what he loves, but you can see his genuine gratitude for everything that's happening for him, especially right now. I mean, when you hear like the story of his first special, It's not Coming in Hot. It's Live from Seattle, I think. I don't think that's the name of it, but his first special on Netflix. He talks about how Netflix rejected it, and he used up his own life savings to film it, and then Netflix bought it from him. And then even his second special, Coming in Hot, you know, he kind of did the same thing. They wanted the second special, but he still put his own money into it. And it shows that, you know, the belief he had in himself, and the passion he has for what he does. And then this year, he got to do a movie under Steven Spielberg based on his family, you know, and being able to represent, you know, what the Filipino culture that he's very passionate about. You know, it's part of his upbringing. And again, just seeing, you know, his energy, I mean, the past couple of days, this past week really, he's gone to movie theater after movie theater after movie theater, watching, you know, surprising spectators for the movie Easter Sunday. Shout out for, that's the name of the movie. Shout out Joe Coy. And surprising people watching the movie, you know, and he's doing it for multiple showings. You know, he doesn't have to do that. People put out movies and that's it. You know, they don't show up at like multiple theaters. They might show up at one random theater, you know, if they're inclined to. But just watching Joe's passion and his enthusiasm and his gratitude, again, I feel the empathy part of that. And it's inspiring, it's motivating, it keeps me not giving up. Because like I said, I've done these videos for almost 8 years. I've been creating since I was in middle school, whether it's art, music, but I've never been the most confident person. And I'm getting emotional again. And this video is so long. I know I spoke a little bit of the frustration with my car and finances. It's just because I see more from my life. And it sometimes is very frustrating that it's not where I want it to be yet. I'm very content in a lot of ways, and I'm very grateful that I get to pay my bills on time, that I do have probably just enough money to try to fix my car. But, you know, when things like my car breaking down happens, it kind of sends me into panic, especially when I'm trying to, again, save money. But, again, watching Drage, New Kids, Joe Coy, these are just the ones I've been obsessed with for like the last month and a half, 2 months. But I've watched everybody from New Edition, Musically, Kenny Loggins, again, Justin Bieber. Whenever he puts out something new and I watch him on stage, you see how happy, like genuinely, like he belongs on a stage. Like that's his home. That's his heart. You know, even if there's no one in the audience, that's his stage. Granted, a performer feeds off the energy of the crowd, but, you know, and then as far as creators, Roman Atwood, Fuzi, Adam Sala, Slimification, Lily Singh, Alex Wasabi, then, you know, even Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, his passion for sharing what he shares and wanting to spread more love. He talks about ways to, you know what you talk. If you watch Gary Vee, you know what he talks about. But he's very passionate about everything that he talks about, and I love it, and I love that energy, and I want to be that confident. Anyway, this is probably a half hour long. If you actually made it to the end of this video, not only give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, but leave me a comment, #LoveCrew. Again, if you watch this long video, I was gonna curse, but I try not to curse on my videos. Just like Drage acknowledging me as a creator, knowing that someone watched this all the way through and liked it means the world. I just want to be successful at this. I know they say let money be the secondary thing, and it is secondary thing. I want it to happen, but I do this because I love it, and I want to spread love, and I want to inspire people, and it motivates and inspires me too. Anyway, I'm gonna definitely end it now. As always, like, love, share, and inspire. Don't forget, love is everything, and I will see you next time. Much love. Peace. Peace.